welcome to the Equity Partner, episode 3 with Marcus Lewis. Marcus, thank you for joining today. I'm going to tell a brief introduction of who you are and why I wanted to bring you on. But Marcus is currently the owner and vice president of Intensive Community Outreach Services. He's a licensed real estate agent with Icon Realty Group and also the head football coach of Varina High School. He's a graduate of Virginia Union University, former collegiate player, and he started Intensive Community Outreach Services in 2008. It focuses on in-home, outpatient, and mental health services. So I wanted to bring Marcus on just because this platform is designed to share information to somebody that might not have it, but also just to have a conversation. It might be somebody that can pick up on that conversation and get inspired and get encouraged. And Marcus is somebody that I admire and I respect. And so I wanted to bring him on and just have a quick conversation. So thank you for joining.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. First, Marcus, tell a little bit about your personal background, where you're from, kind of how you got to the point where you are today.
Okay. Well, from Richmond, Virginia. Grew up in East End. Went to high school. Grew up in Varina. Played sports my whole life, basketball, baseball, football, played at Varina High School. From Varina High School, I went to Fork Union for a post-grad year as far as to play football. To try to get my SAT up, I had a GPA, ended up going to Shepherd for 1 year, then ended up transferring to Virginia Union. I had my daughter right after high school.
Okay.
So some things didn't work out with football like I wanted it. Ended up playing at Union for 1 year. While I was at Union, that's how I got into, as far as group homes and mentoring, me coaching. Everything just really started from there. I would say from there, started off at the group home, Youth Pathways with Pat Patterson. He's actually the owner, one of the owners from East End Tigers.
Okay.
So started off at the group home there, then went from Dominion Day doing the intensive in-home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you got experience prior to getting into the business.
Exactly.
Personally.
Exactly. Yeah. From me working at the group home, then me working at the intensive in-home and doing mentoring, that's how I got my experience. And honestly, for me getting my experience, I just felt like I could do it on my own, to be honest with you. So I ended up talking to my wife. Ended up meeting her supervisor at Verizon at the time. He had, I was thinking about doing the group home starting out because I just loved the group home atmosphere. So yeah. I got up with him because he had all the credentials and stuff that I felt like I needed at the time. So when I met him, we just really gelled well. So I was like, look, hey, let's do this. He had no idea what it was. He was interested. And then from there, my friend that I grew up with, Dwayne Taylor, I grew up with him, played football with. He was coaching with me at the time at East End, and he was doing it on his own as well. Okay. So he had a couple of partners starting off. I'm not sure what really happened with that. Then we kind of just brought it together. We like, hey, we could do it as a team. So,
so now, when you were growing up, did you have anybody specifically that was an entrepreneur that kind of inspired you to get into doing something on your own? What was the spark that made you say, this is what I want to do?
Man, I didn't have anybody. Honestly, out of my family alone, I'm the first one to go to college. First one that I know of being a business owner. So I didn't have that mentor that I always want. I still want one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to grow. You know what I mean? So I think with me just being in the work field, me working for other companies, and I just got inspired to I could do this on my own. At Dominion, I went from a counselor to a supervisor real quick. So I really learned it. I really, loved it. And I like helping people. So I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for myself. And it's, honestly, we just figured out a way to make it happen, to be honest with you.
Explain a little bit about just the business in general of working in the mental health arena. How does it work? What did you learn as being a counselor and kind of moving up the ranks to figure out now you own the place, you have to hire people. Just explain a little bit about the business and how it works.
Okay. I guess starting off as a counselor, it made me really learn, people and how to relate to people. The biggest thing is that I feel is building relationships with your clients and the family, to get them comfortable with telling you everything. If you don't really know everything, you're not really be able to help them at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I really never had a problem with that. I'm a people person. So far as on that end as a counselor, it definitely helped. On the other end, it was the clinical part, the paperwork part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I first started, I really didn't know how to write a therapeutic note. So at Dominion, their clinicians really did a good job with training me on how to, you know, to do an ISP, to how to write a burp note, discharge. It's just the whole nine on as far as being organized and everything. So I really had some good structure when
Mm-hmm.
it came to me starting my own. And
Mm-hmm.
so from there, you know, starting my own, and like we said, 2008, we got approved. We really just really just ran right into it. Honestly, we grew quick. It was a little different then than how it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got maybe 30 clients in the first 2 weeks. I went from, you know, working in case, me and my partners, you know, trying to, you know, build up our company funds. And then it got so big to where we kind of just, I became like a director role. My other partners like operation management, and then like kind of like an HR person. So we all took roles in that.
Yep.
But I think with me or all of us kind of working cases, it really gave us a insight on what our counselors, you know, feel, you know, how you can get burned out in this field. And we was able to get them hands-on training. You know, it's nothing like when you did a job yourself.
Yep.
But as far as an owner standpoint, it was so much stuff that we learned and we had to learn because, like you said, we didn't have that blueprint. I really didn't have too many people I could call on. So
Yep.
we just figured it out the best we could. And, you know, it was some bumps in the road as far as being a new entrepreneur, a new business owner. But, you know, we still open, you know, so evidently we doing things the right way.
Yep.
And it's, you know, we still learning, you know, as far as just on when you talk about a whole business structure, as far as how to set it up, taxes, just the benefit, honestly, just like the best way to really set it up. And I'm always researching on my own.
Yep. What were some of the biggest lessons that you learned kind of throughout this time? You talk about 2008 to 2020. So you've been doing it a long time. So when you look back and you say, you know, if I could have done this a little bit differently, this is what I would have done. Like, what are the biggest lessons that you've learned?
The biggest thing in this field is hiring the right people.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, making sure they qualified.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not qualified, you can get penalized when they come out and audit. So they say they're not qualified, that counselor, and they just say they saw, I don't know, there's 6 cases.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cases to where they really can say, hey, you need to pay all this back because they didn't qualify. So I would say anybody starting off in this field, you need to make sure that you have qualified people. It changed a lot now. So now you got to send your information to get to say you're a QMHP. They send you back documents. I think a lot of people was falsifying stuff, like counselors, because it was easy. You really didn't have too much to check on. It really changed. Every year it's changed. Honestly, I think as you start hearing about people doing frauds and stuff or doing this and that, they're making the stipulations harder and harder and harder, opposed to people just doing it the right way.
Yeah. So I think it's important. I mean, I know that's a field that's highly regulated. It wasn't as regulated in the beginning. Definitely. And that's an adaptation because there have been a lot of businesses in your industry that haven't survived that long. Sure. And so for you all to survive that long, that's a testament to what you all have done.
Definitely.
What talk a little bit about just how you got into real estate, being a licensed real estate agent, what you're learning and kind of what's going on in the real estate market.
I got into it. I always, everything you see is some of, wealth and, so I started looking at what people I know what I thought was wealthy or whatever it may be. And real estate. I kept on hearing real estate. And so I just grew a passion for it. I forgot what year I bought my first rental. I did it with 2 other partners. I'm big on having partners because I know as if I got a partner, we could do things. And I ain't putting all the burden on me and my family. Yeah. So that's how I really got into it. Honestly, me getting my license, I was like, you know what? I really didn't need it, but I said, let me go ahead and get it. I thought, that will even help or it can cut off some cost on, me hiring real estate agents or whatever the case may be. So that's how I kind of got into it. I love it. I feel like everybody needs to, to look at it. Homes, man. I mean, people always go rent.
Yeah.
As far as flips, it's kind of hard. Not kind of hard. You really got to do your work and be on it because there's so many people now getting into it.
Yeah.
I think with Instagram and YouTube, people kind of seeing what other people's doing. So it's like, hey, I need to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I would say if you're talking about now with the coronavirus, people are still buying houses, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's investors or people that really didn't lose their jobs, the credit's still good, so people are still buying. I really think in another year we could really probably see some foreclosures.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Unfortunately, with them doing different loans and what is it? Banks now are letting you skip 2 months or whatever the case may be. So it's different. It's different little things I think it's gonna hurt people, and then people just losing their jobs.
Yeah.
So I just think in another a year we probably see a lot of foreclosures. I hope not, but I just think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I hope not as well. But I do think there is more to come. Because of this and people losing their jobs and maybe not able to get rehired. So that could be a challenge that we see facing. Yeah. It's always good to hear somebody that's selling homes to hear what's going on in their market.
Yeah.
Who do you look to? You talked about you didn't have a lot of mentors, and you're constantly looking, for a mentor. But is there anybody you look to for advice today, and why do you value their opinion?
As far as I would say, definitely the real estate. Well, I would say mental health as well. I know a couple of people that's in the industry that's been doing it for a while. Like my friend Pat Patterson, he owned a group home for a while. I started working there, so
okay.
I kind of lean on him when it comes to different things as far as group home and mental health. He sit on a lot of boards. So he knows some of the changes. He knows what they're expecting. So we definitely lean on each other and communicate with each other. We really been trying to work together on trying to, do different things and see if we can create a business or see what's something that's needed. Mm-hmm. As far as the real estate, I would say Trevor Poseidon. He's family member. His daughter's my niece. Mm-hmm. So with him, he's been doing real estate and an investment for a while. I didn't even know it, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I'm coming home one day and I seen him around my neighborhood. I'm like, hey, what you doing around here? And he told me, hey, I bought 2 houses around your neighborhood. And you know why neighborhood at.
Yeah.
He told me what he got it for. And I was just like, what? And then, so he was talking about numbers and stuff. And I was like, man, can I, hey, I'm trying to get into this. Can you teach me the game? And from there, we talk every day. We kind of created a group as far as trying to, buy investment homes. Even though he's still doing this thing, we try to create a group because my ultimate goal, I wanted to get into condos, apartment complexes, stuff like that. It's generation wealth.
Yeah.
My whole goal is trying to leave something for my kids at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Create a legacy, honestly. But with him, he really teaching me a lot. He do new development, buying lots. Mm-hmm. Just doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I think it's good to find people that you can lean on for advice, especially if you if they're doing something or they have experience in the industry that you don't or that you want to learn more about.
Exactly.
I think that's extremely.
I tell everybody that you should. If you can find a mentor in anything you're trying to do, or if you're doing it and you feel like you want to take it to the next level and you may know somebody that have taken it to the next level, man, reach out to them.
Yeah.
Call them. I just think with me, I've been trying to go to different events, trying to network, build with people, let them know what I'm doing, seeing what they doing.
Yeah.
So that's something that I changed up last year. Of course, we can't do nothing now because we, Corona, so it's everything pretty much shut down. Yeah. But I just been trying to put myself in different rooms now because I understand, you are, who you around is really, it can really make or break you, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree with that. What the other thing I had to ask too, when you talk about your team of advisors, like who's in your corner as far as your business? Talking about like an accountant or a financial advisor, like what team have you built around your business to protect you, but to also help you manage all that you have going
on? We have CPAs, we have bookkeepers, we have, I would say, like different advisors as far as life insurance, just the whole circle of things that you may need. We definitely went through different people. Some people didn't work out or fit what we needed. So I would say in advice to that, you need to really figure out what your goal is and what's your end goal. and make sure you put a team together to that can help you reach what you're trying to do, and to help you and teach you the benefits on different tax stuff, how to set your company up. Because we started off as a LLC.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the best thing for, I think, this type of business.
Yeah.
So we ended up switching to an S corp, and it's a whole different. It's just totally different as far as the structure, the how you get taxed, and like you said, being new to business, we didn't know.
Yep.
And I was like I said, I'm still learning. There's so much stuff out here now to where you can YouTube, you can Google things. Coming up, we didn't have where we could just pick up our phone and say, "Hey, I'm gonna just research this and pop up."
Yeah.
So it's a benefit. It's definitely a benefit.
Yeah, I think with technology, I mean, even with what we're doing today, I mean, I think with technology, there's so many different ways that you can get things done without just having to find a book or find a mentor. And you're right. I mean, from a tax perspective, tax rates change. And so you need to understand whether, because from an LLC standpoint, you get taxed at your personal tax rate. And so
I didn't know that starting off.
it passes through. And that's stuff that I've learned over time. And that's why it's important to have, an advisor or a CPA that knows what they're doing, or not necessarily knows what they're doing. Sometimes they don't give you the information that you need. And so I think that's a good point to make sure people have the right structure set up for their business.
True. And that's another thing too. I just started reading the book Money. What is it? Money Master the Game.
Okay.
Tony Robbins. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the exact book. Yeah,
okay.
Money Master the Game. You read that book before?
I haven't. Do you have a book with you?
Well, I have an audiobook. Yeah.
Audiobook. Okay.
And I'm in the car. You see, I do multiple things. So with me, it works best. I rarely listen to music now when I'm in my own car anyway.
Yeah.
I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to different books. Like I said, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. And it's in the books, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's a great book. So in that book, he took a lot of different millionaires, billionaires, and put them into one book.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
I would make sure you send that name to me. Because same thing with me. I mean, I've gotten a lot of information reading books on Don Peoples, and reading books on what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name right off top, but I got a couple books that I'm gonna send you to.
Okay.
So that way you can check out as well.
Okay. Because look, with that said, I'm sorry, I didn't know that it's a difference of a advisor and a fiduciary advisor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't know that. And that, and that can make or break you too when you're talking about, retirement, all the hidden fees and stuff like that. I had no idea. So I'm over here like now because, I think you know who I use, but I'm like, hey, I need to send a couple of questions. Like, hey, what's the charge for this or that? I just didn't know. Yeah.
I think especially with advisors, you need to understand what fees you're paying for and then what you're getting out of. So it's like it's a risk return.
Yeah.
If you're paying X fee, then are you getting some intangible value that you wouldn't be getting if you did it on your own?
Exactly.
And so sometimes it's worth it to pay a fee, a slightly higher fee if you're gonna get better service.
True.
But at the same time, it's better for you to know than not know. And then you get a statement that says they've taken out X amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What I haven't talked about, what you haven't talked about as well, you and your wife are entrepreneurs. And so you're in a house full of entrepreneurs where things can change and you got to adapt quickly. Just talk about how you all manage money personally, with both of y'all being owning your own business.
Man, I'm a big saver.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to save. I try to have a nest egg for rainy days. At first I started off with like 6 months. Some shut down, I could pay my bills for 6 months and I'd be good. That give me enough time if I had to go get a job or do whatever I got to do. Now I'm seeing somebody said, it's the guy that I follow on Instagram. Now he's almost 60 months. I was like, yeah. So now, me, I'm going to try to reach that goal. I'm going to just like, you know what? I'm going to save. I would say that's one thing that helped us out. I don't pay about bills. I try my best to pay everything on time. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I try to really minimize costs. Or like right now, with everything that's being affected, I always, each month or every couple of months, I try to look at what we got coming out of our account Is it
Mm-hmm.
something that we need, or is it something that we can offset or change the price to?
Yeah.
Even as things little as like Roku, I think Comcast bought out Roku. So now you can go buy Roku boxes opposed to having a Comcast back box that they go charge you $5 every month for the however long you have it. You can buy that one box for $35. That's gonna save you in the long run.
Yep. Yep.
So it's stuff like that really helps me out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see that I think that's important too. A lot of the people that it's two things. I mean, one, the people that have money, they know how to get the best deals on whatever they're buying, and then two, the people that have cash can survive something like this. You know, they can get through a downturn, and I think as an entrepreneur, you and I have kind of talked about it before, but you know, having cash is what helps you through those tough times, and
Definitely.
so. I think you got the right mindset, and that's why I wanted to have you on, because I think you understand how disciplined you need to be in order to make it through, and then also be able to do the things you want to do.
Definitely. And it's crazy because every time I see these basketball players or NFL players and they saying they going broke, and I just be like, how?
Yeah, yeah.
But no matter how much you make, if you don't know how to control your spending habits and budget, you can become broke.
That's right.
So, I mean, I always tell people, no matter how much you make, it's all about how much you saving, how much you putting to the side, how much you putting in retirement. You just got to change your way of life. I mean, at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Now, I don't know how you're gonna get to 60 months of saving, but that's a big goal. That's definitely a big goal.
Yeah.
How have you managed cash flow just in the business? Do you have the same mindset about setting cash aside, or what's worked well in the business about how you manage money?
Same way, no different way. Have enough money, like I said, I'll probably say for a business at least a year.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 months definitely is feasible for anything that you're doing. So I just had the same mindset. We always trying to, look at prices, what we paying. Is it something that we gotta have with the business? If it sales on different suppliers or whatever the case may be, just utilize everything.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a big believer now on if you building your business credit or your personal credit, I'm not using my money, or I try not to use my money for any investments or anything right there at all no more.
Yep.
So that was another thing I'm learning: use their money to make money, because the bank using our money, to make money. It might be hard now because of the corona if you really don't have things in place and they're not really lending out money, but don't use your money.
Yeah. You using other people's money to accomplish a goal that you have.
Exactly.
What talk about? I mean, and we talked about obstacles a little bit, but if you were to speak to your younger self, what advice would you give your younger self about personal finances, or also about just getting into business?
It's a great question. I would say now I guess like you said, just going through it in the age I am now, man, like even with my kids, everything that I'm learning, good and bad, I'm just, just pouring it into them, whether they want to hear it or not. So, from what I know now, I would have started a whole lot earlier as far as just like on stocks and savings. Honestly, other than that, I really didn't have too much. I mean, I kind of did everything. My credit already, was always good. I would tell any adult that don't know, if they got good credit, they need to put their kids on their credit right now to help establish it. That's something that I didn't know, but I did it now. My kids still in high school, so I'm pretty sure as they get older, they go probably start off with a 700 easy. Yeah. So different things that I learned now, that's really helping. I feel like it's gonna help my kids out in the long haul. Like right now, I'm really getting into the stocks. I always been investing. I just had a financial advisor, so now still do the financial advisor, but I also invest on my own now.
I got you.
I don't think that'll ever hurt you. Stock.
How do you invest on your own? Do you use like E-Trade, Scottrade?
So I use two different platforms. I use Ameritrade and I use Robinhood. Robinhood is kind of easy. I do day trading on Robinhood, and on my long-term investing, I use Ameritrade.
Okay.
Right now would be the time to buy. It's certain price limits that I'm trying to see, and if it hit that price, I'm gonna buy it. Mm-hmm. But you want to make money while you sleep.
Yep.
And the stock market is the only way that I know how that you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So if you see, I think they say all the wealthy people have over like 60% of money in the stocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to copy what they doing.
That's
It might
right.
be on a smaller scale, but hey, you can really set your family up for greatness by doing it.
And how do you typically select your stocks?
They always say look around and see what you're using.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, I got an Apple phone,
Yeah.
MacBook.
Yeah.
I wear Nike, wear Adidas. Amazon, we shop at Amazon every day. I mean, I know there's a little pricey, but use the things that we already using. You know, might as well be an owner of it.
That's right. That's right. I have the same perspective. I mean, I buy what I know, opposed to trying to buy stocks that I have no idea who they are, where they are, what they do.
Exactly.
I've gotten into now looking into the financials of the companies to see how strong they are.
Exactly. The CEO, see what? Yeah, exactly. So, and that's just me, honestly, following different people on Instagram. I love Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I try to follow people that's into the stocks, that's into the real estate.
Yep.
I don't know them personally, but, you know, I feel like once you can grasp my eye and I really feel like, hey, this guy know what he's doing, or this female know, this woman know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to learn everything I can. And if you really interact with them, a lot of them will hit you a message back.
That's right.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, and then you see a lot of people doing live seminars now.
Yeah.
I say just give it a try. I mean, you can learn something.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part. People talk about and they procrastinate. You just gotta get in the game to figure out if it's even something that's worth it or not.
Exactly. Another good thing that I do now, Earn Your Leisure podcast is I love it. Mm-hmm. They have different people in there, different businesses telling their story, what didn't work. So I kind of look at them. I think it come out every Tuesday, so I'm on there looking at that all the time. They have some great people. They just had a guy on there. He into stocks, so I bought into his program. It was like $297 for the whole year. He give you stocks to what to buy, what's the price point you need to buy. Like I said, I'm just trying to, you know, I'll pay for education.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You know, paying $300 and it can, you know, I can make triple that or even more. It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Same way I go buy these shoes, I'm just investing in myself.
That's right. Exactly. You talked a little bit about how you diversify your investments. So we're gonna move to just succession planning. So what are you doing to plan your exit, to plan for your kids? You know, what things have worked well for you as far as planning goes?
Having the right financial advisor really helped me plan. Really helped set numbers and my goals. So, hey, when I retire, I want to have this amount of money a month. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I still feel like I'm behind. And, you know, I talk to them, they're like, no, you good. I'm like, I ain't where I want to be at. But I think that's also pushed me to you know, continue to work, because I know I ain't where I want to be at. And I'm comfortable, but I just know, you know, I think when you set your standards higher and higher, you continue to go to where you ain't gonna fall short on what, you know, what your goal is.
Yeah.
But I would say having that structure, knowing what you want, because, you know, each family different. You know, me talking to different people, some people ain't, you know, worried about that. You know, their kids gonna pay for their college. You know what I mean? And I get it. I understand now. With me, you know, I started my kids 529 plan. I think I started in 2008. Mm-hmm. So they would definitely have more money than what I had going to college. You know, but, you know, our parents just didn't know. And I get that. So this like I said, just doing research and knowing, you know, me and my wife knowing what we want to do for our kids and for ourselves.
Yep.
Like right now, we putting a goal in place to, you know, the next 5 years, we trying to, you know, build our next house. But I'm done. I don't want a two-story house. I want a rancher. Yep. I don't want to be able to, you know, have to walk up no steps. So that's my goal. So just having goals and setting it, and like you said, being disciplined enough to put that money aside or doing whatever you got to do to reach some goals.
That's right. Yeah. One thing both you and I did was get with a financial advisor, but also somebody that did planning.
Exactly.
And I think it's helped both you and I to have a similar mindset, that we want to see where we're going and make sure we have somebody to keep us accountable.
Exactly. So, exactly. That's definitely, and like you said, the planner, because I had the first one I had wasn't a planner. Mm-hmm. I may see him once a year. He don't know what's going on with my family. He don't know if money changed or whatever the case may be. And there's nothing against him. I just learned to where, hey, this planner's a little different. Right now, I could email her right now, and we're going back and forth. I can pick up the phone and call her. You know, even with the stock market, when it went down, she said, "Hey, you've been putting money aside. Can I make some of your money work? Please do." So
Yep.
it's like you said. I would say anybody definitely get a planner.
Yep.
Somebody you can call anytime. Somebody that you really feel like got the best for you and your family.
That's
It's
right.
definitely needed. You know, yeah, because we don't know. That's not what we do.
That's exactly right. So just making sure you got the right person that knows what they're doing, that's seeing it real time, opposed to you that is picking up information as you go. So I think that's extremely.
And that goes for anything, whether it's a CPA or anything. I would tell anybody with a business, you need to get it. You know, have a bookkeeper, stuff that you don't want to have to keep up with on a monthly basis. You know, just having, you know, all your documents and everything that you need done.
That's
and
right.
then, you know, then y'all reviewing it on a quarterly basis or a monthly basis. We do ours every month.
Yep.
We get on the phone with our CPA, just everybody, our whole team, every month.
Yep. Yeah. Because I mean, that team is built to protect you.
Yeah.
And the long-term viability. Plus, the better your financials are, the better it helps you if you go to look to borrow money.
Yes.
You know, so I think some people cut corners because things are less expensive, or it's easy to do it this way.
And you end up paying for it anyway.
You end up paying for it anyway. What do you see? I mean, you talked about, you know, you want to be able to pay for your kids' education. You talked about retirement. I mean, what do you see for yourself long term?
When you say that, what you mean? Like,
so when you think about long term, do you plan to retire in 20 years and then to go into a different type of business, or, you know, or are you just planning to retire and set sail, move to Florida, or stay in Richmond? What's your long term goal?
My long term goal, like you said, is retirement. But if I'm love what I'm doing, my business still running, or my businesses are still running, I'll still be working.
Yeah.
Like I always tell my wife, when I retire, I don't, and just say I decide to work, I don't want to have to work.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like
I know exactly
you
what
know,
you're saying.
if I wake up working, it's because I love what I do.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't want to say I have to go to work. Because, I mean, at a certain age, I mean, how much can you really get done as you get older?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you love what you're doing, you go get up. You know you ain't got to do it, but you love it, and then, you know, it's just a passion. So that's where I'm at in my life, to where that's what I want to do. And then now, you know, learning stocks on my own and stuff like that, I could be right in my house no matter what age I'm at, you know, making money.
That's right. Yep.
Yep. And as far as the kids, when, you know, with college, you know, I ain't paying for all college. Hey, man, that's pricey.
But you want to help them out.
I told my girls, you know, they both was in a program where they get their associate's degree. So, you know, that pretty much knock out 2 years. So I got 2 years.
I got you. Yeah.
Anything else, I'll teach you. You know, if you need some more money, you can put it, you know, your credit good enough to where we can put it on your own credit, and I'm going to help you pay it off. But, you know, I feel like, you know, that'll be good enough.
Yep. Yep.
Especially having 2 daughters, man. You know, my wife always said, we got to help pay for our marriage. I'm like.
Yeah, that came up in my planning session too. I'm like, nah, but I, you know, having daughters, you know how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so to close out, so one thing I'm trying to do differently is like a speed round where I ask you like 5 questions and you gotta say what comes to mind first.
Okay.
So this is gonna be real easy, not too hard, but I'll ask the questions, you just answer, and then we'll end it off and let you say something to end us off.
Okay.
All right. So your favorite book?
I just started The Way of the Superior Man. I would probably say that.
Okay. First job?
First job, Circuit City.
Favorite movie?
300.
Coffee or orange juice?
I'm going to work out coffee.
Save or spend?
Save.
So that was easy. All right, that's all I have. One thing just to end in this discussion, what would you like to leave somebody with that might view you as a mentor, or might say, you know what, I want to be in the same position as Marcus one day? what would be your last words to them?
Seek help. I just feel like if you don't ask, if you don't ask, you just don't know how that could benefit you. And most people are willing to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm the type of person, I'm like an open book.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat you. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you everything. Hey, this would work. This what didn't work. When it didn't work, this what happened. So I would say just reach out to that person. If you really feel like, you look up to that person, he could be a mentor. She could be a mentor. Call him. I mean, everybody on Twitter or Instagram, send them a message. Hey, I don't know you, but I look up to you from a distance. I want to get to know you. I want to know your journey. Are you willing to help me? And I guarantee you, most of them are willing to do it. I know I would be.
Yeah. Now, and I appreciate you saying that, Marcus. I mean, I think that's one of the things that I did as well when I was young. And sometimes I look back and say, I don't know how I just came up to that person and asked them that question. But I think those that are, one of the best advice that I got was that being curious is a good thing.
Exactly.
So ask, and then you might get some information that might save your life or change your life.
Yep.
So I think that advice is probably the best advice you can get.
Definitely. And also, I think another advice, I'm a big believer in you are who you're around.
Yep.
If you're around people that ain't got the same goals, the same passion, that ain't driven like you, you can love them from a distance.
Yep.
Put yourself around people that's like-minded and that's going to push you to be great. That's the only way it's going to happen. I mean, you definitely got to push yourself, but when you're around that, it's easier. You feel the energy. You know what I mean? Yep. So with me now, I just love being around other people. You ain't got to be an entrepreneur. I mean, it don't matter what you want to do, but if you're just great at what you do and you got a passion for things and you're encouraging your friends, that's what I want to be around. That's always right. Positive vibes for me. That's my biggest thing, man. And then honestly, if you are around people and you think that you thought that they had some of the traits or you thought they had your best interest and you find out they don't, it's cool. Take it as a learning experience. I mean, I think anybody that's an entrepreneur, we all have gotten into things that we felt like we shouldn't have at the end of the day. And it was a learning experience. I definitely had a couple of incidents, but I feel like they helped me grow as a person. And it is what it is. I feel like when you really helping people and just say in return they don't help you,
that's right.
I'm good with it. Honestly, I feel like that's their loss at the end of the day. I know who I am as a person. I know I'm a good person. And it is what it is, honestly.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you joining. Thank you for sharing that information. Hopefully the people that are listening gain some knowledge and some information this time. And thank you for being a partner in their future. Thank you again, Marcus.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem.